This is domestic coverage on Topacol News. We're starting with a focus on economy. Nigeria has lost its long-standing title as Africa's largest importer for refined petroleum products, following the ramp-up in operations at the 650,000 barrels per day Dangote Petrochemical Refinery. According to energy consultancy CITAC, South Africa has overtaken Nigeria as the continent's top fuel importer, with 4.2 million tons brought in during the first quarter of 2025, compared to Nigeria's 3.1 million tons. The shift underscores the transformative impact of Dangote's refinery, which has slashed Nigeria's fuel imports and reshaped West African supply dynamics. While Nigeria is now expected to import just 6.4 million tons for the year, South Africa's dependency continues to rise due to refinery closure and underinvestment, with imports projected at 15.5 million tons. Analysts say the developments could ease pressure on Nigeria's forex reserve and trade deficits. Now in politics. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has slammed President Bola Tinubu's administration as the most incompetent and anti-people in Nigeria's democratic history, citing worsening poverty, surging debt, and elite-driven policies. In a statement marking Tinubu's 2 years in office, Atiku warned against a drift towards one-party rule and vowed to rally opposition forces to rescue Nigeria. However, the coalition of opposition leaders is facing internal division over which platform to adopt for the 2027 election: the existing African Democratic Congress or a proposed new party, the All Democratic Alliance. While Atiku and key allies back the ADC, former Minister Rotimi Amaechi and the League of Northern Democrats are pushing for the ADA, arguing it offers structural fairness and a clean break. Despite plans to unveil a consensus party on May 30th, the final decision remains unsettled. Still on politics, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has named Senator Benson Friday as chairman of the newly established Standing Committee on the South-South Development Commission. Benson, a seasoned politician and former Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, brings decades of public service experience, having also served as chairman of Southern Ijaw Local Government Area and Secretary of Bayelsa State Government. Senator Asukwa Ipeyong will serve as vice chairman, with 10 other senators appointed to the 12-member committee, which is tasked with advancing development priorities in Nigeria's oil-rich South-South region. Now in international relations, President Bola Tinubu arrived in Lagos on Tuesday ahead of the 50th anniversary celebration of ECOWAS, where he delivered a keynote speech along with other African leaders. Welcomed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Tinubu also participated in commemorative events featuring Yakubu Gowon, the only surviving signatory to the 1975 founding treaty. President Bola Tinubu, chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, hailed the regional bloc as a beacon of Africa's unity, reaffirming Nigeria's unwavering commitment to its principles. Tinubu praised ECOWAS for fostering integration across linguistic and colonial divides and urged member states to align national actions with regional policies. Former head of state Yakubu Gowon commended ECOWAS' progress but warned against the return of military coup. ECOWAS President Umar reiterated ongoing dialogue with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, despite their withdrawal, and emphasized unity amid growing security and economic challenges. Meanwhile, the ECOWAS Commission unveiled a digital platform to boost drug data collection through the WENDU project. Now in education. According to multiple reports, thousands of Nigerian students writing the ongoing WAEC exams were forced to sit for papers late into the night, with some using candles and torchlights in states like Delta, Taraba, Osun, and Katsina. The English language paper, scheduled for 9 a.m. yesterday, reportedly arrived hours late in several states, including Ondo, Osun, Edo, Delta, and parts of Lagos and Ogun. In some Lagos centers, students finished at late as 6 p.m., while others in different states ended by 7 p.m., and shockingly, some haven't even started by 8 p.m. The cause of the delay remains unclear, but rumors point to either question leak or major logistic failures by WAEC. The situation has sparked concern over the integrity and planning of this year's exam. Still on education, The House of Representatives has launched an investigation into alleged corrupt practices in the disbursement of student loans under the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, following reports of inflated tuition fee, delayed payment, and unauthorized deductions by some tertiary institutions, raised by Honorable Aliyu Abdullahi Mustafa. The motion cited findings from the National Orientation Agency and the Federal Ministry of Education, which revealed violations of Student Loan Act 2024. The House directed NELFund to enhance its verification system, mandated refunds for affected students, and tasked 4 committees with completing a comprehensive probe within 4 weeks to restore public trust and safeguard equitable access to education. Now in sports. Nigeria edged past Ghana with a 2-1 win in a 10th Unity Cup semi-final clash at the G-Tech Community Stadium on Tuesday, thanks to a Cyril Dessa strike and an own goal by Ghana's Razzouk Simpson. The Super Eagles took early control, going 2-0, up within 19 minutes, but Ghana fought back with a second-half goal from Brandon Thompson. Despite late pressure, Nigeria held on a secure spot in the final, where they will face Jamaica on May 31st. That is the domestic news update for now, not to percolate news. Do stay with us for more domestic updates and developments. I am Blessing Basi.